हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। हम लोग हमारी जर्नी स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं मैसूर के लिए हैदराबाद से। तो वी विल बी ट्रैवलिंग इन अ बस बिकॉज हमको लास्ट मोमेंट में ट्रेन की टिकट्स नहीं मिली। सो हम लोग यहाँ से स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं। 12 आवर्स लगने वाले हैं मैसूर पहुँचने के लिए। सो स्टिक विथ मी एंड आई सी यू इनसाइड द बस।
This video covers our journey from Mysore to Coorg and then to Ooty, the places we covered and how we executed the self-planned tour. If you take a bus from Hyderabad, it's a 12-hour overnight journey and you can reach Mysore by morning 9 am. The moment we entered Mysore, we felt like stepping into the city full of royalty, history and timeless charm. You can find many hotels near the bus stop. After freshening up in our hotel, which was walking distance from the bus stop, we took an auto towards Chamundi Hills to visit the Chamundeshwari temple. You can easily find Ubers in Mysore. You will find many shops at the entrance for puja offering or street shopping. It's a heavily crowded place, so try reaching early morning if you wish to enter the temple. You can buy darshan tickets ranging from 50 rupees to 500 rupees. However, no matter which ticket you buy, you still need to join a huge queue to enter the temple premises. We then took the same auto towards Mysore Palace. Standing in front of Mysore Palace, it made us realize why it's one of India's most iconic royal landmarks. Every detail of Mysore Palace reflects the rich history and royal legacy of the Wadiyar dynasty. It will easily take around 2 hours to take a full tour. This is also a very crowded place in summer vacations. We then booked another Uber and reached Mysore Market, also called Devaraja Market, where we had lunch and then spent time shopping for Mysore silk sari, which is famous in Mysore. Our final tourist spot for Mysore was Brindavan Gardens. Note that you won't find an Uber or a cab easily, so you have to find private cabs to travel here. There are also buses available, but it will take a lot of time if you decide to go by bus. Brindavan Gardens is almost 25 kilometers from the city center, and so make sure you start early. Light shows happen every 15 minutes until 8:30 pm, so reach at least by 5 pm to have enough time for a stroll around the garden. If you go early evening, you can spend quality time in the gardens and then enjoy the light show. There are boats available to take you to the light source section. We made our way back home from here to pack for our road trip to Coorg the very next day. Day 2, and we started early to pick up our rented vehicle from Wow Cars pickup point in Mysore. Mysore to Coorg is a 150-kilometer journey which can take around 3.5 hours if you drive without any breaks. We love this road trip as the roads are well constructed, clean, and have many facilities and cafes like CCD, McDonald's, and a lot of other local cafes. We stopped at a cafe for lunch. The journey from Mysore to Coorg covers many tourist attractions on the way, so try covering them when traveling. We made our way to our first spot, Namroling Monastery. This falls on the route to Coorg and it's a place that you cannot miss at all. Stepping into Namroling Monastery feels like entering a world of peace and spirituality. The golden Buddha statues, colorful artwork, and the calm atmosphere makes this place truly mesmerizing. It is one of the most beautiful and peaceful places to visit in Coorg. Our second spot, which was also on the way to Coorg, was a coffee plantation. We stopped at Greenway Coffee Plantation and took a tour at just 100 rupees per person. The guide gave us a fantastic and knowledgeable tour of their coffee plantation. Do check this place out, it is worth it. There is also Nisargdhama Reserve few kilometers from here. It is also famous spot near Coorg. So if you have it in your list, you can cover the spot. We reached Coorg around 4 pm, and since Abbey Falls is just 6 kilometers from the center Madikeri, we covered this spot too on the way. As you can see, the water stream isn't too strong during the peak summers. We then checked into our homestay and then set out to Raja's Seat, another popular tourist spot. We couldn't get the sunset view but spent a quality time strolling around the garden. This is also a very crowded spot, as you can see. Day 3, and we had another full day in Coorg. So we started our trip from Dubare Elephant Camp. You need to cross the small water body to reach the camp. Note that if you have aged members in your family, avoid crossing this stream as it gets slippery and risky as you move forward and when you return. However, this still remains one of the best places to spend time with your family, especially when you have kids with you. If you have enough time in Coorg, try visiting Bhagamandala temple to see the Triveni Sangam. It is far from Madikeri but worth visiting. You can then continue your way up to Tala Kaveri, which is the origination of river Kaveri. Reach here early for the best experience. In the evening, we visited Mandalapatti Peak. You can also come here as early as 5 am in the morning or as late as 5 pm in the evening for a sunrise or a sunset view after a crazy off roading experience. We felt the charges were too much for the view, so didn't find it worth our time. The next day, we started our journey towards Ooty. Coorg or Madikeri to Ooty is a 6-hour long journey around 250 kilometers. So if you go by bus, it will easily take more than 8 hours. We took the route via Gundlur and not via Mysore as it avoids the 36 hairpin bends. The route to Ooty is full of stunning views and greenery. As soon as you climb up, you can feel the temperatures changing and that cool breeze makes everything feel fresh. There's a lot of places to cover on the way like Paikara Waterfalls, Ooty Pine Forest, Tree Park, Wenlock Downs. So if you want to, you can cover these places on the way or decide to come back later from Ooty. We reached Paikara around 2 pm. The place was crowded, but we managed to get a cabbie towards the falls. The water stream wasn't as powerful, which is understandable as it was peak summer, but the place is worth every minute you spend here. Next, we stopped at Ooty Pine Forest to enjoy some time at the Raz movie shooting point. If you are afraid of monkeys, be careful as there are a lot of monkeys in this area and they are desperately looking for food. We finally entered Ooty around 5 pm and decided to spend the evening in the Ooty Botanical Garden. The Botanical Garden is a paradise for flower lovers. I'm not one of them, but I instantly fell in love with this place. There are so many variety of flowers and they have a huge area with lots and lots of beautiful flowers. The weather was just a cherry on the cake. It was playing its magic to make us fall in love with Ooty even more. After spending a couple of hours in this garden, we checked into our resort in the evening and spent quality time for the remaining evening in the resort. The next day, we had a train to catch, and this was no ordinary train. Nilgiri Mountain Railways is a 127-year-old UNESCO World Heritage Site. We booked our tickets from Udagamandalam to Kunnur well in advance through the IRCTC app. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. It's a 1 hour journey through scenic rice fields to reach Kunnur. If you are lucky, these Indian gores might block your train tracks and give you a fantastic view of the natural wildlife too. We reached Kannur at around 1:15 pm and had around 3 hours as our return to Udagamandalam was also in toy train at 4 pm. We took an auto from the station and went around Kannur to cover few famous spots. After returning, we spent the evening shopping in the Ooty market. Our last full day in Ooty started with taking a boat ride in the Ooty boathouse. You can try reaching here early as there are long queues no matter what boat you choose. You can pause and check the ticket prices here. We then drove towards Wenlock Downs to enjoy the scenic view of Ninth Mile Shooting Point. The climb is steep enough to make you tired, but the feeling of relaxation when you reach the top is just extraordinary. If you are looking to visit a tea factory, we personally recommend Benchmark Tea Factory. It is on the way to Dodabetta Peak and the experience was just worth it. They serve you tea to taste, explain tea making process and you can find a store in the end of this tour to buy all types of tea you need. There is also a chocolate factory adjacent to it. And having a wonderful trip off Ooty, we drove back towards Mysore the next day and chose the route that crosses Mudumulai and Bandipur National Park. It's an experience on its own since you have to drive very slow in these national parks. You can spot a lot of deers on the way, and if you are lucky, you can spot elephants and maybe the apex ghost too. Thank you for sticking around through our journey and I hope you liked the video. Do like and subscribe for more self-planned itinerary ideas. See you around.